I can't tell you how excited I am for this.
So messed up, it was so good.
The nightmare character was like my favourite character in all of it. Ding ding ding, more red flags. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another vlog, bookish things, reading, general life updates. I'm really excited to be back to vlogging. I took a little bit of a break in August. Lots of things were going on, which once I get ready, I'm going to do like a little sit down catch up video. I am working from home today, which is the first time in 2 weeks because I started a new job. So yeah, it's nice to be at home, not commuting. I've got a little bit of time this morning to get ready before I have to sort of log on, sit down, do some meetings. So I'm gonna get ready and then come back and give you an update on what I'm reading, how reading has been going. I've got some exciting deliveries coming today, books of course. So yeah, I will see you all in a bit and stay tuned for lots of book chat and fun things. So I'm back for a quick update. You join me on my lunch break. I've just been uploading a huge batch of, hi Louie, clothes on Vinted. Oh no. Great. And just having a reshuffle of my new TBR cart. I am currently sort of about 35% of the way through One Dark Window. That is one of my TBR picks from my TBR cart for the month of September. And I literally have not had time to sit down and read this book. So I've been listening to it on audio on Spotify. It's included in the 15 hours free book, like the audio book is included. So I've been trying to like get in as much as possible, but I just don't get the hype so far. I am only like 35, like close to 40% of the way through, but I'm really struggling with understanding the hype. And maybe it's just Rachel Gillig, and like I'm enjoying the book, but it hasn't gripped me like The Night and the Moth gripped me. By this point I was like committed, like fully like locked in when I was reading The Night and the Moth, and with this book I'm not. So thanks Louie, so not helpful. I don't want to DNF it. I really want to read it because I really want to understand the hype. I have both physical books, so like I want to read them. I've picked both of them for the month as well because I was like, I have both of them. It's a completed duology. I can binge both of them back to back. But yeah, it is only the 12th, so we're like nearly halfway through the month, and I have already done, thanks Louie, he's really helping. I have already done a couple of books, so as long as I hit like 5 books for this month, then I'll be happy. So I'm gonna keep powering through and I will keep updating. What else? I just got a Locked Library subscription delivery. I resubscribed to Locked Library because I cancelled it last year due to money, and I was like, kept seeing really good books come out, and I've just got FOMO, so I resubscribed, and I'm not even like that keen on the first book that's come back through. And I know you can't skip the first month subscription, else I would have skipped it. So I don't know what to do with that because I just don't think I'll read it. I might either do a giveaway over on TikTok or put it up on my Vinted. I'm being pestered on my lunch break. I started a new job last week. I got made redundant in July, got married in August, had a little mini moon, and then started a new job 1st of September. So that's been exciting. I've just had like 2 weeks of handover, 2 weeks of meeting like the huge team, 2 weeks of learning. So it's been a lot. I've been in the office every single day except for today, and I'm not used to that. I'm not used to commuting into the office every day. In my old job, I did 1 day a week in the office and it was perfect. And luckily this is also really close by. It's like a 15-minute drive, so it's really close. So if I do need to go in the office, it's not too much of a jaunt. But yeah, that's my little life update. We are just getting into the bare months. I'm so excited for the cold weather. Like, I've been wearing my thick, like, fluffy fleece today, and I've loved every minute of it. I'm so excited to be reading just like spooky gothic books. It's the perfect time of year for those. They just hit even harder. They are like my favorite types of book to read anyway. So all the dark, delicious, gothic romances, or the like dark romanticy books, it is just my time of year. It really is. Like, I'm an autumn girly. I was born in spring. I love spring, but I'm an autumn girly. So yeah, hopefully I can keep up my vlogging, and I will check back in a couple of days with a hopefully more positive reading update on One Dark Window. I've got a couple of arcs to pick up as well. I've just finished, like, I finished one, which was really quite good. It was like a Scottish folklore fairy setting. So that was a dance with a fae. I'll be posting about that over on Instagram. So yeah, hopefully I'll be back with a more positive update soon. Hiya! It has been a few days since I last picked up the camera. I can't even remember what kind of update I gave you guys, but I thought I would sit down really quickly before I start work for the day and just yap about some books that I've been reading and do a little bit of a book haul. I picked up some indie dark romance books from Amazon and I'm so excited about them. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those and why I picked them up, because there is a book event coming up that I'm going to, and one of the authors attending is one of the authors I picked up like 3 books from her. So I'm going to chat about that. But we are currently, what is the date? It is the 18th of September. So we are over halfway through the month, and I have been slogging through my September TBR. It was a really, what's the word? Ambitious. It was a very ambitious TBR. Lots of romantasy on the cards for this month, and I've been getting through it. I've just not been reading a lot. Like, I've just like starting a new job. Everybody's like back to work. My husband is back to work. My little girl is back with the childminder. So just balancing all of that, and like the evenings when I would like to relax and read, I've got to do housework, prep dinner, prep lunch boxes, all that kind of stuff. So it's been a bit of a slog, but like I'm getting through it, and I've been really enjoying the books that I've read. So what have we read so far this month? I read an arc of The Dravenhurst Brides, which is like a gothic paranormal romance. That was really good. I gave that 3 stars. Bourbon and Lies, which was on my TBR as an audiobook pick. So it was like free reign, pick your own audiobook. I picked Bourbon and Lies because I've been eyeing it up for ages. And I was just in the mood to listen to a romance on audio, which is pretty much what I always use like my Audible credit or my Spotify hours for, and it's a romance. So I love that. I gave that 4 stars. It's probably like 4.5, 4.75 if I'm being like completely honest. I just loved everything about that book. It was just like such a fun setting, like Kentucky, Southern America, like not Southern America, but you know, the south of the USA. Summer setting, like hidden identity trope, which I don't think I've ever read before. So the FMC is basically like, she's not in witness protection, but she kind of is. She helped like put away a bad guy, and she goes and stays on this distillery in Kentucky with a band of brothers. So there's 3 brothers, and they all like have part ownership in a bourbon distillery, and she gets close to one of the guys, and it's just a fun story. It's filled with like lots of banter. Like, they don't really like each other. It's not like enemies, but they're strangers, so they don't really know each other. They're both a bit like standoffish. He's an ex-police officer whose like girlfriend had died while on the job, so he's very like protective. It was really good. I love that. And the hidden identity trope works so well, because that sort of reason why she was in hiding like comes back around, and that adds not only to like the romance plot, but like the sort of like other plot that runs through it, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I love that. And then it was duet narration on Audible, so it's perfect. I read another arc, which was Fake Dates and Home Plates, which was like a sports romance. And if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I'm not really like a sports romance, fluffy romance type of girl. Like, it has to have a bit of like a dark undertone for me, unless it's done like perfectly well. So like it was fine. It was nothing to write home about. And then yesterday I finished One Dark Window, which was on my TBR, my physical TBR. So One Dark Window and Two Twisted Crowns is the Shepherd King duology. So I managed to finish the first book, and I gave it, what did I rate it? I gave it 3 stars, probably like 3.5 star. It was good. I didn't understand the hype though. Those books have got a lot of hype, and I was just like, it's good, like it's okay, but I felt like the nightmare character carried it all the way through. Like, again, I don't want to give spoilers, but the nightmare character was like my favourite character in all of it. And like the dialogue and some of like the witty things that character came out with was sort of quite fun. I do like the magic system, the Providence cards. That's really interesting. It reminded me of Arcana Academy, which I read a couple of months ago. However, this book did come out first, so I wonder if that influenced Arcana Academy. It's not the same, it's not tarot cards, but there are magical cards, and you have to tap them 3 times to wield them, and then you tap them again 3 times to like stop the effects. So I really like that. I did love the gothic setting. I thought the like world that we are in was really interesting. However, it still wasn't like built upon a lot. Like, for me, I want to know about the world that the characters are in, but I also kind of want to know about like the wider world. Like, Providence cards absolutely everywhere on like their planet. Do you know what I mean? So there's definitely things that could be built upon in the second book, and I have started the second book. I started it on Spotify, but my hours ran out, and I already used my Audible credit for this month, so I can't remember when my Spotify hours reset, so I need to have a look. But I'm about 25% of the way through Two Twisted Crowns, which is the second book of the duology, and I'm already liking it better. And I wonder if that's because it is now from the MMC's perspective. I don't want to say any more because of spoilers. But yeah, I felt literally from like the first 1 or 2 chapters, I was like, I like this a lot more. I'm definitely vibing with this a little bit more. Maybe it's because the plot's developed and there's more for us to find out. Like, I'm in the middle of the plot now, so I'm like, okay, what's going to happen next? What's going to happen next? So this one might be a higher rating for me. Yeah, we'll see. I do like it though. I'm really into it. So because of my Spotify house running out, I then jumped on Audible and decided to listen to Shallow River by H.D. Carlton, and that again is a book that is on my physical TBR for this month. So when I've got time, I'll sit down and read the physical, and when I need to be up and about and moving, I will stick on my headphones and listen to the audio. It is duet narration, which I love, my favourite. I pretty much won't listen to anything if it's not in duet narration. I have to sort of really like vibe with it to carry on if it's not. I'm really enjoying that so far. So we seem to have our female main character is in an abusive relationship. Even though she's studying psychology at university, she's kind of ignoring the signs that this is an abusive relationship. She's really like brushing it off. She wants to stay with this guy. She wants to love him. She wants to be with him. But there are so many red flags, and she's hiding it from her like best friend. She's making out that things are fine. She goes to meet her boyfriend Ryan's parents, and she finds out that Ryan, her boyfriend, has got a brother that he never told her about. In fact, he told her that he was an only child. Ding ding ding, more red flags. And she's like, what the hell, this is really weird. So his brother seems like he's going to be the MMC, like he's going to be the dark, tall, tattooed, box ticking MMC that I love in a dark romance. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. I don't know why, but so I started it on Audible last night while I was making dinner, and then after that came to bed and I was reading the book, and I did not want to put it down. I was like, I love where this is going. Wherever it's going, I love it. On the back in the blurb, it says that basically she can take care of herself. So I'm like, is this like a scorned woman, like badass vibes? Is she gonna like inflict the pain? Is she gonna get the revenge? Is she gonna give him a dose of his own medicine? I'm like, ooh, I'm so ready for this. Love a bit of female rage. So yeah, I'm really excited to carry on with that. I struggle to listen to an audiobook while I'm working because I can't focus. Like, I'm focusing on my work and then I won't be listening to the audiobook. So I just listen to podcasts while I'm working from home. But while I take my lunch and that, I will usually stick on either a YouTube video or my audio book so I can focus. But yeah, so that's my sort of roundup so far for this month. I'm trying to think. I've got 2 more books after the 2 I'm currently reading, and then I would have completed my September TBR, but I just don't think that's going to happen. I've got Throne of the Fallen and Rose in Change, but I don't think it's going to happen. But that's fine. I'm absolutely fine with that. I'm trying not to, it was a really ambitious TBR, so I'm trying not to like force myself to read. But yeah, time is running out, so I'm going to come back to you on my lunch break and show you the dark romance indie books that I picked up this week. So I thought I could share some of the indie books that I picked up this past week. I had a little splurge. It will be my last one in a while. I'm definitely going on a book buying ban, like 100%. I have too many unread books now, but I picked up a few. Oh, my cat. Okay, so let us run through some of the indie books that I picked up in the past couple of weeks from Amazon, and I'll let you know a little bit about each book and then maybe some predictions as well. So the whole reason that I ordered so many indie books was because I'm going to Authors at the Armouries in Leeds in October. So this is a book event up north, and it is basically indie authors, lots of genres, but mainly like romance, I would say. Romance, a bit of fantasy, I think there's some thrillers as well, and it's like a big exhibition centre. It's a bit like Rare but for indie authors. It's a lot smaller in terms of that, but I think there's still going to be a lot of authors. So basically, the past couple of months, I've been pre-ordering books. I have been scouring their pre-order list to see if there's anything that I want to buy on the day, or if there's anything that I want to read before I go. And there was one author that kept popping up, and then she kept popping up all over my book talk. So I purchased a couple of her books. She is a dark romance, taboo, and I think some of these are sort of like paranormal / fantasy type of books. She's that type of author. It is M.L. Burns. So first two books I got from her were All Your Bloody Lies, and this is book one in a filthy duet. That's what it's called. So on the back it says, "My filthy little demon. For a decade, revenge has consumed my every waking thought. My sole desire to meet out even a fraction of the suffering inflicted upon me by those 5 individuals. They believed they could silence me forever, burying me alive and leaving me for dead. Little did they know it takes more than mundane means to kill a demon." So I think this is like a paranormal dark romance, and let me just show you these pages. They're black. I've never had a book with like pure black pages and white writing. I think that's absolutely stunning. So, and like there's like illustrations in the chapters, and I've heard just great things. So many people I follow on Book Talk have rated this 4 or 5 stars. So that was book one. And then book 2 in the duet is called All Your Deadly Truths, and this is a lot chunkier. It's a lot bigger, but again, completely black pages. I think it's just stunning. Like, what a beautiful book. And again, there's illustrations at the start of the chapters. So M.L. Burns is going to be at Authors in the Armouries. Authors at the Armouries. I can't remember. Put it on screen. So I'm gonna hopefully, that event is the end of October, hopefully read both of these before I go and get them signed. And then by the same author, I also picked up Heavy. So this is a taboo dark romance, Neighbours of Sapphire Valley. I think step uncle, step niece. So the same sort of like family taboo that Credence has. Credence is like top tier. Do you know, when I first read that book, I only rated it, I think I gave it like 2 stars because I was just like, what the fuck did I just read? But I can't remember. Let me see. I think I went back and changed my rating. I gave it 3.5 stars and then went back, and I've upped it to 4, but I might even up it to 4.5 because I think about that book weekly. On a weekly basis, that book springs to mind. I've ordered a special edition of it as well because I don't own a physical copy, and I want a physical copy because that book introduced me to like taboo and like the darker side of romance books, and I am forever thankful. Thank you, Penny D, because that was just so messed up. It was so good. So we've got a similar book here, and this is Heavy. That's about all I know, and I've just again heard so many good things. People like sharing quotes, sharing like audio from this. So yeah, hopefully again I will
get to read this before the end of October, and I will ask the author to sign it when I meet her. And I think I missed out on her pre-order, which is why I've got these, else I would have just pre-ordered them. She has other books. I think she has also dipped her toes into fantasy, so I'm gonna go to her stall and have a peruse as well when I'm there. And then we have Thirst, and this is a dark college romance. I kept getting recommended this on Amazon when I was looking at like indie dark romance books, and it was less than £10. It was like £7. It is a short book. It is just under 300, actually it's not even just under 300 pages, it's not even 250 pages, so it's nice and short. This is giving me the Ritual Lord series vibes. The cover reminds me of it, the text, the premise. I think this will be like a good dark romance palette cleanser, say like after I've done like a thriller or I'm like sick of romantasy, which does sometimes happen. I think this would be good. So yeah, I will let you guys know my thoughts. And then the last dark romance that we have in this little haul is Ruin Me Gently by Rachel Chadwick. If you have seen any of my recent wrap-ups or sort of any of like my haul videos, then I bought and read Bone Deep by Rachel Chadwick. Gave it 5 stars. It is a dark psychological romance thriller. It was chef's kiss. It was so good. It was just unexpected. I've never read anything like that before, and it was like a thriller, a dark thriller with dark romance thrown into it. So it was spicy, it was suspenseful, there was a twist. It ticked like so many boxes for me as like a reader that loves those genres. So I had to pick up her other book, Ruin Me Gently. And Rachel is at another book event that I'm attending in February, which is the Happily Ever After book event up in Aintree Racecourse in Liverpool. That is the like end of February, I think. I can't remember. It's in February. I think tickets are sold out for that, unfortunately. But if you join their Facebook group, there is like a thread, and if people can't make the event, then they'll sell their tickets in there. So you can still grab tickets for that if you're lucky and someone else is selling them. But I'm actually going to that on my own. So if any of you guys are going to that, drop a comment. Let me know and say hello if you see me. I will be vlogging both events, which will be really weird because I've never vlogged in public. So yeah, I'll be doing some vlogging at both of those events. But yeah, Rachel is going, so I'm going to take this copy and Bone Deep and get those signed by her. She also has a little spicy novella coming out in a couple of days, so sort of the second half of September. So I will probably pick that up on Kindle. I probably wouldn't buy a physical copy for that. So the back of this book says, hardened by heartbreak, guarded by fear, pulled in by something they can't explain, Lilith has spent her life surviving, believing that love is just another lie, a pretty promise that always ends in pain and bruises. Silas has spent years keeping his distance from people, convinced that connection only leads to heartache. But when he sees Lilith, something about her pulls him in. When he steps out of the shadows, Lilith surprises him. She isn't afraid of him. In fact, she finds his over-the-top protectiveness entertaining, which says to me there's going to be banter. And I love banter in any kind of dark romance book because it just makes it even more dark. If you're finding these things funny and you're making a joke out of it, then it's even darker, and I love that. He's trying to keep his heart out of it. She's just along for the ride, but obsession has a way of blurring the lines. Oh, that sounds so good. So this is like another like chunky one. It's nearly 600 pages, but I loved her writing. It just like read beautifully. It just flowed so well in Bone Deep. So I'm really excited to jump into this. And then the last book that we have is a romantasy, and I picked this up so fast because it was recently announced it was going to be traditionally published. So this is The Silversmith by L.J. Claren, and again, you know what? I love going into a book blind just to be surprised by it, just to be like, oh, this trope's in there. Oh, this is where the story's going. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, or I didn't know that was going to happen. So that's what I've kind of done with this. I like scanned the back, basically. It is a romantasy, and I think she's a princess. She's not a princess, but she has to marry a commander that she's been promised to because his army will help her land her people fight a war. But she ends up falling for someone that isn't a commander, but he's like dark. That is basically all I know. It is book 1 of the Selvaran So I'm going to presume that this will be a trilogy. But how beautiful is that cover? Like, I love how, like, you've got the bright blue flowers. They remind me of forget-me-nots. I'm not sure if that's right. The sword with, like, the, what is that, like, molten metal dripping off the end, and then like the dark background. It's so beautiful. So this is getting traditionally published, and I wanted to grab the indie version before it went out of print. If it is still in stock, I will link it in the description down below. But yeah, that was my little indie book haul. Let me know if you've read anything I've mentioned, what you would recommend to me as a dark romance lover who loves to support indie authors, and let me know if you're going to any of the book events I mentioned.
Friday! Oh, I'm so glad it's Friday. Oh, I'm so glad. I was supposed to be in the office today, but I've got car issues all week. I've had car issues for the past 6 days. So hopefully, oh, I made that really red. Hopefully I'll get that sorted today, but I thought we could do a little bit of like a day in a life as like a bookish person who always wants to talk about books and do these like reading update vlogs. I find it really hard because I struggle with like my house being a mess. I know that's really like pedantic and people shouldn't care if your house is a mess, but we moved in a year and a half ago and we haven't decorated yet. There's like things that need updating. We have a toddler, me and my husband, and she's 3 next month. And we both work full time. We both have like activities on the weekend. So like I really struggle with like keeping my house tidy. And I see all of these like beautiful people's vlogs and they're like immaculate houses and they're all like neutral and like tidy. And I'm just like, that is not my house. Like, I don't even want to show you. Like, it's not a vibe. So I just thought, fuck it for this. I am going to make myself a coffee, and my work laptop's just doing some updates. So I thought I'm going to make myself a coffee, me and my friend Spotzilla. And I haven't eaten breakfast yet, and it's 11:36. So I'm going to have like a little croissant or something. And then, yeah, over my lunch, like do a little update because I've made really good progress with Shallow River that I'm reading at the moment. Oh, my messy kitchen. And yeah, it's been like a wild ride, so I want to talk about that. I wish you could see. I'm going to turn you around. There are some absolutely gorgeous, like they've all turned red within the matter of 2 days. These leaves on this like plant we have that climbs up our garage. Yeah, look at the mess. This is a Virginia creeper. I know that probably doesn't mean a lot to many people, but look how beautiful and red it is. I want to like take some pictures for my book. Hi Lou. When I take some pictures for my Bookstagram, and I need to pick some of those leaves and use them because they're just stunning. They're so red, so autumnal. So that is also the plan, because if I eat now then I probably won't eat like on my lunch break, so I'll have the hour to do some bookish stuff, take some pictures, stick on my audiobook, which is really helpful to hit my reading goal for this month. So, oh, hi bud. Yeah, I would show you like, let's make a coffee together, beautiful setup, but that's not my kitchen. Look, proper family vibes, like all the artwork on the fridge. We've got squash bottles half done washing up. Yeah, this is like real life for me, so I'm sorry it's not aesthetic. Like, my husband, we have different washing up gloves. I know it's really random, but he has a pair, I have a pair, because he complains mine are too small, but it's not my fault, he's got big hands. I swear, this Friday is the most Monday-ish Friday. I have some book mail, so I thought that I would open this. So I think this Waterstones one, well, it'll be a pre-order, And then the Butterfly Book Box is a book subscription that I was subscribed to last year and cancelled it. And I thought I'm just going to give it another go because I think they are splitting out their subscription to like a dark romance Zoe, no, that's my wedding dress. Oh my god. They are splitting out their subscription to dark romance and then something else. And I don't know if that takes effect from now or it's like later in the year or next year, but I thought they'd had some really good boxes recently, so I was like, let me resubscribe, try it out for a couple of months. If I'm loving it, if I'm excited for what's coming up, because I always have a look at the spoilers, then I'll keep going, but I don't know. So let's open this one first. Oh, I forgot you get loads of stuff. Oh my gosh. So this will be the Butterfly Book Box September spoiler if you don't want to see. This is, oh my gosh, Shattered Obsession. So we've got like a book club read long guide. So you read 8 chapters the first week and then 10 chapters and then it keeps going on. So let me read to you a little bit about the book. Shattered Obsession is a dark hockey romance. I've never read hockey. I might have read one. No, I don't think I've read any hockey books. This is a dark one. The contents are very heavy at times and maybe triggering. That's what we like. To avoid spoilers, I've put all the triggers on my website. So we have, I'm not going to read those out because I don't want to get in trouble for any of those. But there's a few kinks, some dubcon, non-con/con, some denial, mentions of this, of that, mental illness, praise, toys, all the good stuff. And then we have some art. That's fun. That's really good. Dear reader, first thank you truly. So this is a letter from the author. That's the word I was looking for. And then we have some prompt cards. So these are for the read along. How cute. Like, so much time must go into creating these. And then the book itself comes in a lovely little bag, reusable bag. These are great for like if you ever sell books on Vinted. So, ooh, what a fun cover. How fun is that cover? Tina Spencer, Shattered Obsession. I love that. Ooh, and then the back is like, it's all like metallic-y. It says, your dark horse. She has always been mine, and this time there's no escaping it. That's fun. Look how fun those edges are. Ooh, a dark hockey romance. I am well and truly intrigued. I feel like I've been really drawn to dark romances lately. Like, I just want to dive into something like just dark and something that pushes like the boundaries a little bit. So and it is signed. How beautiful is that very first page? So that ticks a lot of boxes for me. And then moving on to the Waterstones pre-order. I can't tell you how excited I am for this. This is Taurus Season by Bryn Weaver. She wrote the Ruinous Love trilogy, which is one of my all-time dark romance, like a favourite series. Like, I've not read that many in all fairness, but it is like top tier for me. Out of all the dark romances I've read, like, I love it. I think because of the comedy element, because you have that like funny side to it, it just makes it so fun. So this is Taurus Season. It is a Seasons of Carnage trilogy. Yes, there's another series. So I have such high hopes. So oh my god, October is going to be a busy month for reading for me. Like, I have a couple of arcs, like an early release. I have this. I'm so excited. Welcome to Cape Carnage. Visit once, stay forever. Cape Carnage, I love that name, is a seaside town of colourful houses, quirky shops, and unusually high body count. But with tourists comes trouble, and Harper Starling won't let anyone ruin her picture-perfect home. Skilled gardener with killer instincts, Harper protects her sanctuary at any cost. Troublesome tourists don't check out of Carnage. But Nolan Rhodes isn't your average tourist. Devilishly handsome, disarmingly charming, and skilled with a blade, Nolan is relentless in the pursuit of revenge. Every year, he slays another target, and he's saved the best for last. Undeniably beautiful Harper Starling. So this is going to be enemies to lovers. So he has to go after her and kill her. The problem, Harper isn't the monster he expected, and she won't go down without a fight. When an amateur true crime investigator comes to Cape Carnage on the trail of a long-lost serial killer, Harper and Nolan strike an uneasy truce. Oh, this is like so Butcher and Blackbird coded. If Nolan helps Harper protect her town, she'll keep quiet about his hunting habits for now, but their alliance soon spirals into obsession, one that threatens to shatter every secret in Carnage, including their fragile love. Yes! Oh my god, I have such high hopes. Yes, yes, yes. So my plan is, reading wise, I'm going to finish the current audiobook I'm listening to, which is Shallow River by H.D. Carlton. I'm going to read Will and Prey, which I don't think I have here. I think it's downstairs on my bookshelf. Will and Prey is a primal play dark romance that I got an early release copy of, and that comes out the 7th of October, so I'm going to read that. And then I think I'm going to jump into this. Yeah, there are a few more books on my TBR for September, but they're fantasy, and I'm just feeling like in a dark romance mood, and I feel like this. How many pages? It doesn't matter how many pages. I'm trying not to read any spoilers. Just under 400, so not too long. 370.